my name is Phil the Cruising with Phil. My special guest back for our second round, Mr. SHAUN Kehoe, right? Kehoe.
Kehoe, close enough.
Hey, Sean, thanks for coming back. Good to have me
How's it
back
going?
again. Yeah, good, good. So, people that saw the first interview know what you're about, but first time seeing it, just tell a little about yourself and what you're all about.
So I'm a personal trainer, but I work a little outside the box. I specialize in working with people with disabilities, all kinds of different disabilities. So it's not the same thing, but it's a really great experience, and I've learned a lot, and I'm so happy I got into this.
Great. Yeah. So, in your first interview, you're talking about your history with epilepsy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I've had epilepsy for since I was 17. I'm 40 now, and actually this past August 17th was my 15-year seizure-free.
Seizure-free? Wow, it's amazing.
And well, we'll get into my weightlifting competition later, but it's a good story. There was a surprise party to celebrate that I had no idea about. I'll tell you about it when we get into the weightlifting competition because it was the same.
Okay, so our last interview, we left off. We were looking for some new personal trainers. You were going through some different people, just the one like that suit your category. Because we talked about, like you said, yeah, the typical personal trainers just want to like do their thing, and you were looking for this, specific kind of to suit your needs, basically. Did you find anybody in the last interview?
Yes, I have two now. One name is Vincent, the other name is Ava, and
Okay.
they both fantastic. Uh, excuse me, Vincent's been with me longer. He already has a bunch of clients that he's working with. Ava, we're just getting her rolling, and they've been great. They click really well with the clients. They've done a bit of a mix, some with the disability clients, and then again, I also train some athletes on the side. So Vincent's taking care of some of my hockey players and stuff.
How'd you meet Vince and Ava?
So Vincent is my girlfriend's daughter's boyfriend. I've been wanting to work with this kid forever, but he
How
was all over.
how old is
He
he?
lived in, sorry,
How old is he?
21.
Okay, so good. Sorry, go ahead.
So he lived in Montreal, and then he went down and played golf at a university in Texas for a year, and he was just all over the place. And he came back earlier this year and started going to Ottawa U. And he was working out my garage, and he just sort of said, "Sean, you think I could work for you?" And I'm like, "Yep." So we went and got him certified, started training him, and now he's up and running.
That's
And
great.
then I met Ava, a friend of mine, one of my best friend, Ryan Benjamin. He was at a gym a while back out in Manitic, which is just outside of my town, and he just introduced the two of us. We hit it off, and now she's joined the squad.
And she's a personal trainer too, Abby?
Yep,
Yeah.
she is certified trainer. She works at Anytime Fitness. Uh, in Finley Creek, just up the road from Ottawa, and well, it's in Ottawa, but it's and she was here yesterday for a meeting. We're just getting the ball rolling with her, but she should be up and running in the next couple of weeks.
So I was gonna ask, what does it take to become a personal certified trainer? Like, what's the process?
Well, there's a million of them these days. I'm certified through CanFit Pro, so I had to do a weekend course for a couple of weeks. Then I had to do a hands-on, and then there was a physical exam I had to do. There was a written exam I had to do, all that stuff.
Cool.
Now it's
I got I got my coaching 1 and 2 and 3 from the course, like same thing you mentioned. This is a while back now. So cool. Sorry, go ahead.
but I've been doing this forever,
Mhm.
and I've done a whole bunch of more things. And I'm a certified autism exercise specialist. I found out about that at a conference from Australia that I was in, and it's from the States. It's from the American Sports Medicine College. I did their course. It was amazing. I've learned so much from it. I'm trying to get my employees to go do it now.
How
And
long was the course?
6 months.
Oh, yeah. So you
Something like,
this is recently you did this course after the interview?
no, I did it a couple of years ago.
Okay, okay,
So
cool.
and it's intense, but it's great. You learn a lot. There's some good hands-on work, and you walk out of there like, whoa.
Amazing. Wow. So what about these two people that you picked up for your I know you had a itinerary. How do you want to? What kind of people? You don't want your typical person. We talked about in your interview, personal trainers. I funny you. After I talked to you, I tried getting some personal trainers for interviews. It was hard. It's all about ego and
Yeah,
stuff. I mean, just not your tip like you talking to your regular guy. You're easy going, but try to get. I had one guy booked, and it was just difficult. I just said, forget it. I'll just stick with Sean. He's a regular guy, so it's cool.
yeah. Some people are it's very hard for me to find personal trainers because it's not the same thing the way I work. A lot of people are worried. This is what I learned in school. This is how I do it. This is the only way I'm going to train somebody. Nobody wants to work with someone like that.
Yeah.
Be able to adjust, especially when you're working with someone with a disability, and whether it's, I'll just say autism as an example, because I work with a lot of people that are autistic. There are times where they come in and they're not there. They're not ready to work out. So I have to just leave my ego at the door, put the plan down, and talk about Fortnite for a half an hour before we get rolling.
Yeah.
There's a time and place for everything, and if you're not willing to put your work down and do things like that, you're not going to last.
I mean, like don't be so scheduled as a personal trainer, right? Like
Yeah, and if you can't build a good solid personal relationship with these people, you're wasting your time. So, and if it's all about the numbers, if it's all about your program, that's all that matters. I don't want you on my squad.
That's like some of the interviews I try to get. Actually, what you mentioned, right? But so, what makes your training unique from other personal trainers? Because you take the time to actually cater to their needs day by day basis, right? Not like case like what you want on the schedules, what they want, right?
Yeah, and I couldn't care less what other people think. So there's times where I got to just put everything down and dance and joke and laugh, and it's a way to help get them more interested and focused and enjoy that I'm not just some exercise robot. I just finished with a client who's autistic. His name's Zach, and he has another disability, but we went outside and we found these really steep hills, and I would run up the hills. A lot of times I have to train with them. A lot of people won't do that either. And he would come right behind me, and we go up, down, up, down, up, down. There's logs that we flip. There's all kinds of stuff that we do, and it's fun. We're outside, we get a good workout. I don't train them all outside. Sometimes it's inside, outside, but a lot of times I can train them outside and then take what we do outside and bring it in the gym, and they'll enjoy it more.
Well, I remember you mentioned last time you had a story about you said you had one client who just didn't was into the training. You just talked to him the whole time, just socialized and just hang out, and that was it, right?
Sometimes it starts off like that. The first
Yeah.
couple of sessions have nothing to do with lifting weights. It's about building a relationship.
Yeah.
And if it's that's just getting to know each other, find something that clicks, and then how I can correlate that with training and get them in there, then so be it.
Now, for the last first interview, how did from your new website? I saw your last video. It's cool. You training and all that. Since the last interview, how's it taken off for you from like being Ottawa and all? Like I know you got really busy after this.
Yeah, things have been really busy. It's been good. It's my girlfriend and the kids went out east for 2 weeks, and I couldn't go with them because I was so busy.
Oh, wow.
It was just out the door in the morning and back late at night. It's just been nonstop.
That's cool.
So things are picking up, and I'm involved with a lot of nonprofit organizations, a lot of other people, and stuff like that. And things are just getting really busy.
They're getting well known now. Your name's out there in your company.
It's getting there. I want more, but I want to help more people. And that's
right.
The biggest thing I talk about when I interview people is, yes, I'm running a business so I can pay bills and take it easy and financially and stuff like that. But the main purpose is to help as many people as I can.
Yeah. So what drives you to do? So what drives? I mean, back your background. What drives you to just help people? Like, man, that's a big difference between training people just on a 9 to 5 job, just training people on a personal basis. But what makes you unique is that you take the time. You put that factor of profit out the door. I mean, you want to make money, but you still want to like have a good repertoire with your clientele. That makes you special. Like,
Because
it's nice.
Yeah, because when I was going through my medical challenges, my epilepsy, the gym saved my life. I had nothing else. I couldn't go to school, couldn't go to work, be alone with my son. The one thing I could do was go work out. And it helped me just as much up here as it did anywhere in my muscles. So I'm trying my best to bring that same benefit to anybody else. A lot of people that I train are just out of high school, and between high school and growing up, there's nothing. They can't do anything. So trying to get them to show them what they're capable of, get some confidence back, bring something back into their life. That's my goal.
That's great. I was gonna ask you, you train some few young guys. What do you think is like when I trained in the gym years ago? My biggest thing wasn't steroid, was creatine. Creatine was the biggest thing in our gym. People misusing it and all that. What do you think about creatine? People using creatine.
I don't train anybody that uses it, but it's just a supplement. Use it properly, it's fine. If you overuse it, you're gonna have problems. Basically,
I had a
there's a
few
time and place for everything.
Yeah, I trained a few other old guys, guys like my age, like in their 60s now, and they want to get to creatine. They want to like they see other guys on the internet, some like well-known muscle guys. This guy's in his 50s, one guy's 60s, like they're all. But they admit they actually take bottles of creatine and supplements and a whole bunch of stuff. So they asked me, should we do that? I said I don't recommend it. I don't believe in it. but that's your choice, right? I mean, you want to keep that physique that, there's there's upsides and downsides to using any kind of a substance, right?
Yeah, and creatine is a natural thing. As long as they don't overdo it, it's fine.
Yeah, don't overdo it. Yeah, then you get addicted to it. Yeah, yeah. I remember I saw a guy years ago at the gym. He was taking creatine, big short muscle guy. His name was Derek, and I guess he mixed it with some other stuff, and he got the thing called that yellow disease, yellow skin disease, or whatever. Yeah, it was like he disappeared for like months. And I saw him downtown. I was like, his eyes, like you can see, his eyes had a bit of yellow in it. I was like, it's like what the heck happened to you, man? So he told me this. He was mixing creatine with some other steroids or whatever. I don't know what the whole thing was, but he suffered big time. Yeah, even like the whole thing, like is it training? You gotta be careful what you take, and like that whole, the whole Atkins thing, the program. You heard about that one? Taking all the
Yeah,
carbs out of your system. My brother-in-law did that. He's a cop back then, and he was training with the SWAT, and he did the Atkins thing, and he took all the carbs out of his system, like cold turkey, which is a big mistake. And he got sick big time after that. Like after, just his whole system just shut down because he didn't go in. He didn't do it in what do you call it? Like casual, like where just moderately. He just did it with cold turkey, and that was it. So I've seen that kind of side effect. Yeah, I've seen that. You see guys in the gym, like your gym's a personal gym, right? It's not like a regular gym, right? Yeah.
yeah.
So
It's just
when you see guys that come into your gym, like and you see them maybe not doing something right, do you actually point it out to them, being there for so many years?
a personal gym. They're all with the trainer. So if they're training, they're with a trainer that's telling them what to do. It's not my place to say anything.
Okay, that's good. They ever asked
They're all,
any other trainers ever asked you to help them with their clients for training or tips or whatever?
no, we all have we brainstorm all the time.
Yeah.
We have our own things. Like I compete in Olympic lifting, so every now and then someone wants to use some of that in their training. We'll talk, and there's parts of their training I'll ask for, but we all really have our systems that we believe in, and
So does your website? I haven't checked out your new website. Does it have all the hours, like what time you work and where you're available and all that?
nope, because my hours are all over the place. It just depends on the day. So
So it's not
people
like a
have
fixed time.
no point in me putting a fixated hour on there because it doesn't. It's different.
Yeah, that's good. That's great. So what's your out of all the people with special needs, like what do you say the most clientele you get? Autism or epilepsy or what?
It's definitely where I get most of my clients.
Or what?
It's autism is where I get most of my
Oh,
clients,
yeah.
but I have clients with Angelman syndrome, just various types of disabilities, cerebral palsy, all kinds of different stuff.
Nice. When you see like we train guys with like autism, when you see their after effects after you train them and they come back with good feedback, how's that feel? Like, like they're actually,
It's
like it's good that they have somebody train that with their situation and they can cater to them, they can get a workout and they come back to you. What do they say to you?
it's mainly their parents that are telling me what's going on.
Yeah.
More than else, and it's those moments and those words are worth more than any nickel I'll ever make again in my life.
Right? What kind of stuff the parents tell you?
Just confidence building up and all kinds of stuff. Like I've got clients that weren't working that are back to work. I've got clients that run antidepressants that are off them, that they can tell they have more confidence at
That's
school
nice.
and at work. And it's just it's a game changer.
Yeah, so it's nice. You take that time. You see, they taking the time to cater to their needs. You're not like just a fixation 9 to 5, like I said, right? I think last time you said you talked on the phone. You're being invited to a high school or something, or some sort of lecture you're going to. Did that come to pass?
I was at a conference in April for a
Oh, where was
bit.
that? In Toronto?
A friend of mine puts it on. It was awesome, and one of the keynote speakers was a psychiatrist, and she'd been through some crazy things. Her and her son. She called me the day after because after everybody spoke, they had open questions, and I got called out, and then I got introduced to her, and she called me the next day, and I've been working with her son ever since.
Was the conference in Ottawa or Toronto?
Ottawa.
Ottawa, cool. How long was the conference for? A couple of days?
It was for the weekend.
Oh, nice.
It was. I've been going to it for years. It's called
Oh yeah,
Activate Ottawa. I've been there
that's
forever.
nice. That's cool. That's great. So now I just saw a video where you sent me a little note you're doing for a competition. Did you actually compete in the competition?
Oh yeah, that was my first competition in 5 years. It was amazing.
What was it a weightlifting or bodybuilding? What?
Olympic lifting.
Olympic lifting. So how'd you do?
I did really good. I set a 10-kilo personal record in the clean and jerk. I had a PR in the snatch, 15-kilo PR total. It was fantastic. And the part that was crazy was I could have done better. There's weight classes.
Yeah.
I'm in the 81 kilo weight class, and I was over in the morning, so I had to cut weight in the morning. Ugh, that sucks. I couldn't eat.
How'd you do that?
So I couldn't eat anything. I couldn't drink anything, and I had to it was a bit of a drive to get to the competition. I had to put on a jogging suit and tie it up, leave it warm that day, and I had to leave the windows up and just sweat it off.
Really? Oh my God.
Gym that I work at here at point 1 is on the way, so I stopped in here, weighed myself. I was still 0.3 over, so I had to crank the heat up in the car and sweat some more of it out, and then I just made weight.
That's funny.
But there's 2 hours in between when you weigh in and then when you lift, so I got to eat, get all set up, get warmed up, and I did really good. It was awesome.
How many guys were in your category for competing?
Well, they were all over the place. There was something like 51 or 47 lifters or something like that. There was a whole mother load.
So like when you got 51, so like you're waiting your turn there, like are you actually sweating away your as you're waiting for them, right? You know, the stress and all that, just getting your point across.
That time I was sweating like a stuffed pig at that comp for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, it was fun. My team was there, so my coach and a bunch of my teammates were there, so it just gives you a little adrenaline rush, and it was awesome.
So what motivated you to do the competition in the first place?
Sorry?
Oh, what motivated you to do the competition? What drove you to put your
For 10 years, and I did a bunch of competitions in the past. I just hadn't done one in years because of COVID, hurt my knee, a bunch of stuff happened. I was supposed to do one back in April, and then I was horsing around with my stepson, and I stepped and I popped a muscle in my calf, and I had to back out of that one.
Oh my gosh.
So when I saw, all right, it's time, let's go.
Cool. Wow, it's amazing. So your new website, I saw your video there. The young fellow in the video, is that one of your clients?
Which video? There's a million videos. Which one are you
The
talking
last
about?
the last one you put on the Facebook there, the one you're powerlifting, you're doing you're going up and down there. There's one there with a picture of there's one young guy there. Is that one of your clients there? I can't remember now.
That I reached up
Yeah, just recently, just like I saw like last month. That's when I started contacting you again.
last month. I put like 40 up since then.
The
I'm not sure.
one, the
I don't
one
know
where
what.
the one where I think you were getting ready for your competition. You're doing your powerlifting in the video a bit there, and then some guy.
You keep calling it believe lifting.
What's that?
Powerlifting is another sport.
What's that?
Powerlifting is a whole nother kit and caboodle. You keep calling it
Yeah.
powerlifting, and I'm going to
Power.
dispute
I know. I keep saying the wrong thing. I know.
Olympic lifting.
Olympic lifting. Yeah. Okay. What's the difference between powerlifting and Olympic lifting? Tell them.
They're two completely different sports. Powerlifting is bench, deadlift, and squat. There's
Yep.
3 different lifts. You put it together in the total. And then Olympic lifting is snatch and clean and jerk. 2 completely different things.
Yeah. Hey, I was gonna ask you, the Olympics are coming up. You ever see yourself putting yourself in the Olympic mode? Or
I'm going to be 41 years old. I'm not even.
okay,
I'm way.
there's no age category. I'm
I'm
60.
not
I
even.
still
No, I'm not even. That's.
you don't
No.
look 41. No, you know. What's it? What's it gonna ask you? What's your oldest clientele you've had in your for all your people? Like
My old. The old
oldest client?
73.
How much? How old?
73.
73? Oh yeah. Okay, cool. How's he doing?
Well, he's the oldest I've ever had. He's been gone for a while. Something came up at work and he had to go for a bit.
Yeah.
Right now, I don't have too many. I have one that's 55. I think that's the oldest I've got right now.
That's good. How do you find your clientele? Do they come to you or by reference or word of mouth or what?
So word of mouth is a big part of it, and then I do Facebook ads. I speak at a lot of. I'm involved. I'm a networking machine. I'm at events all the time. I played a lot of golf tournaments this year. I played one for autism last weekend. I met a bunch of people. It was great. So a little bit of everything.
That's nice. It's funny you never hear about these events going on like on the public view. Like I've heard a few things, but you know, are they like celebrity status kind of thing? Like, do you see a lot of celebrities showing up for these things, or just regular guys, or what?
Just local people. There were a couple like one of the ones that had a bunch of Ottawa senators there, so that was cool. I got to meet Chris Neal finally, my favorite senator ever.
ISF, yeah.
And then he was at another tournament I was at a couple weeks later, so it was cool. But
He's a nice guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good guy. Yeah, a lot of the I got a buddy that trains up there. He has a few buddies that are senators, and he knows quite a few of them. He says, and they're just all down earth guys, just regular. A lot of guys from out of town that moved to Ottawa through the years and all. So it's great. So yeah, you do a lot of nonprofit stuff, right? Can you mention a few things you do?
Well, I'm involved with so many organizations. Holy moly! I'm involved with Epilepsy out of Carleton. There's a fire truck pull coming up for a fundraiser. So I have two teams. I'm having the team of where I work here at Point One. All the trainers are getting together and a couple of clients, and then my weightlifting club, Can-Am, they're putting together a team. So we're fundraising for Epilepsy Ottawa. There's a group that I work for, Fostering Forever Friendships. It's a day program for young adults with disabilities. They just asked me to donate a program for a fundraising thing that they're doing, so I'm doing that. I'm involved with Condor Adaptive Hockey. It's a hockey program for people with all kinds of different disabilities and having to adapt the hockey to them. I just had a meeting with their president yesterday. I'm all over the place.
That's so nice. Hey, do you have any of the stuff listed on your website? You got any of the stuff you mentioned?
Not on the website. I've been so busy. The website is the one thing I need to find today to just sit down and update. It's so outdated.
Yeah, like if I'm like looking for somebody to do with my kid, and just see your website, like and to see like some of the stuff you're doing, the organizations, and go to the links and just check it out. Be good.
I've just haven't had time to even touch it lately. I've been so busy.
That's great. That's good. So when you put your first website up, that's when I first started talking to you, right? How did it change from your first website to like in the last few months? Say
my first sorry?
First time I met you, you did your first website. Your buddy did your video, and you put it out on Facebook, and I sent you the email. That was I think it was one of your first ones you did, right? Like it was like back in I think it was back when I go January. Back in January, I talked to you.
Yeah, I've done a million of those videos. I just ran it. I ran an ad for around Christmas, and it became really popular there in January, and it hit off.
Oh, so you had. Oh, okay. Sorry. So you had done some videos before that. You did videos before that. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you expect such a big reaction to the one you put on the Facebook? Like when I reacted to the one and sent you the interview?
It just depends on the time and place. I ran some, like I said, when you saw the one that I ran in the beginning of January is the most I've ever gotten reaction before. And usually when you run videos like that, you get New Year's resolution people. That's what I was expecting. That's not what I got. A whole people with disabilities, and they're still with me. And two of them, I'll be with them forever. Like I can't even see myself without these guys. They mean that much to me.
Wow. So what is about these? So like you say, you raise money for a lot of these organizations. Can you tell me where the money goes to? Like different organizations or different charities?
Well, it goes to the organizations. Yeah, I mentioned Epilepsy Ottawa, Condor Adaptive Hockey, all that stuff.
Great. No, I love like raising money for anything, like especially charities and all that. Do you get it? What's your youngest client that you have? You got your oldest client was 73. What's your youngest client?
7-year-old.
7-year-old?
Yeah.
And he has epilepsy?
No, he's autistic.
I was gonna say my grandnephew, my niece's firstborn, named after me, Mark. He just turned 3. He just got diagnosed with autism. So now they're gonna put him in I guess a program and get working with because he hadn't spoken a word yet. He just makes a lot of noises, right? And when he comes to visit us, he loves the neon lights and the clock, whatever, the Christmas lights. He loves that. He'll go right to that and start touching and all that. So we have to work with that. So we just got the news. We had a suspicion that he didn't have it, but I wasn't sure. But he got tested, so now he's been diagnosed with autism. So I'm thinking like in the future, like when he gets to like 20s or 18, there'll be more programs like you're doing there, like stuff like. So there's like autism right now for funding autism. How do you feel about the autism funding from the government for like any city, particularly Toronto or even Ottawa? You think it should be more?
Well, my only opinion is they won't put my services under Autism Ontario. We're trying. We're getting all of the parents to write letters and explain that I'm not just a trainer. Yeah. I'm not just bringing these people in here and I'm trying to help them get out of all the bullying and the junk they took in school. I'm trying to give them more confidence, trying to teach them other skills in life. And that is the most difficult part of my job is when someone comes to me, says, my son needs your help, and they can't afford it. Yeah. I have to turn it. It's like ripping my heart out of my chest when I have to say no. Like I have to pay my bills too. And it's just terrible. I wish I could just.
I know it's hard,
but I can't.
So you're trying with the government to get like funding or whatever, or what?
Well, we're trying to get my services put under Autism Ontario's coverage, so people don't have to. At least a percentage of it is covered. Right now, it's not.
Uncovered it. So how's that going? The process.
I'm still gathering letters, getting ready for a presentation. Each of them, the parents have already spoken to their autism material workers, and they're like, I don't know, we got to explain this a little better. So it's all in the works.
Slow work. Yeah, I worked with a lot over many years. They're slow. They take the time to get things done, and then it takes like many weeks. Well, even like this interview, like the last one there. Have you ever thought of using the interview, like with the videos and all, just sending it out there and putting it out there, and just telling what your story is, and they can see it themselves? You know?
But yeah, if they give me a chance to do a presentation, I'll use some of my videos. I'll use a whole bunch of my examples. I've got letters from the parents. I'll use whatever I got.
That's good. So how long do you think it would take actually if you get funding? You'd say like
I've never done this before, so I don't have the slightest clue.
like the whole process. Yeah, there's a lot of red tape. Not red, just a lot of paperwork they call it, more like digital work. So that's great. So you got a lot of backup. That's great. Wow, it's amazing. So let's say it gets funded by the government. The first step. What do you want to see more done with government for autism, and not just autism, other things as well? You know, because you say you have clientele out there that they can't afford your program, unfortunately, and that's sad, right? Because you can help them, but we need a little government assistance besides other things, right?
Yeah.
Do you have your prices on your website, or do you do by web by mail?
No, I just because everybody it depends. It depends how many times a week you're coming. It depends if we're doing one-on-one or semi-private or group training or online. So I don't put the prices out there because it just doesn't. You look at it and go, oh, but we don't. There's a package for everybody. It just depends on your whole situation. So I don't put them out there because
Okay,
I
so
don't want
like
people.
say one of your clients, the one with autism, how many times do you train them a week? Would you say
So ideally twice a week.
twice a week? So that's every week, twice a week.
Yeah, every week, twice a week. And once they're comfortable, we'll I'll do one-on-one and then one group session, and that ends up being like 100 and something a week.
That's good. That's good. Do you make your own personal goals for them, like as you're training them, like where you want them to reach at their level or at their motivation, or whatever?
Autism is from here to here, so it depends on the person. Sometimes uh, I'll I'll try and let them obviously set their own goals, and if there's something I see that they're gonna like or they're gonna enjoy, and then yeah, I'll put my own in there and just help them get there along the way. It just depends on the situation.
Great. So that's good. I was gonna ask you, you ever thought you got two people now, your personal trainers with you. You thought of like I think we mentioned the first interview about you expanding. You think you mentioned want to expand your company, like branch off in different areas, whatever?
Yeah, that's a big step. So, but not
Yeah.
today, not tomorrow, somewhere down the road. Yeah, the more people I can help, the better. So,
Yeah, like maybe if you get funding from the government, that'd be great, and you can actually expand on that. 'Cause you can see yourself. There's a lot of people out there that want to get trained and want to get help, whatever, just to be taken care of, and just to let them know that there's weight training for everybody. It's not just it's not we see the TV and everything like personal trainers is all saying it looks so what's that degrading because it says like you look like this, you gotta have the perfect body and like the perfect feet, the whole physique and all that. It can be kind of the kind of a turnoff for people with special needs that want to look a certain way. But they shouldn't be comparing, like I was told in the gym, don't compare yourself with anybody else, just compare yourself with yourself and you'd be happy, right? But I just
forget
yeah,
about everybody else and let's do what you
yeah.
want to do. A kid that's autistic, the trap bar deadlifted 400 pounds 2 weeks ago. So,
Yeah, like you see what I mean? And then you get some guys like big. I remember I used to train a gym with a bunch of Italian guys. They're funny. Yeah. They're all buddies of mine now. But I remember this one story. There's these three Italian guys. They're all friends of mine now. Later on, and they never talk to me every time in the gym. They just ignore it. So they were doing I was doing a deadlift. I was doing the deadlifts, right? So sorry, the barbell, the leg press, and they have the rack there. So they have all three. You have 345s on each side. So they asked if they could work in with me. First time they talked to me, I said, "Yeah, you can work with me." So then they said they want me to know if I want to take any weights off. I said, "No, just put some more on." So they had like 345s on each side, and I had like five on each side. So I was training hard, right? I was going heavy. So I did like three sets of 10, eight, eight. So they were so impressed. They started talking to me after, but it was so It was just kind of like it's not kind of stereotypical because these guys are all like muscle guys. I was just learning how to work out. But and they asked me how'd you train so hard? I said, oh, it's just in the military, just endurance and all. And then it started a conversation. But it's so funny because I asked them, why did you guys ignore me? They said, well, you didn't look the type. I didn't look the type. What type are you talking about? But so back to like you said about comparisons, everybody's different and everybody's unique. So you can't compare like the guy that trains with autism or an epilepsy, like you're a big guy yourself. I saw in your videos, but they look at you and they say like, like you're not a big bodybuilder or a big muscle guy, but you're strong and strength is more important than and stamina is more important than appearance, right? No.
Yeah,
So
I'm past that. I used to be a Good Life member, and you hear all this stupid crap. I'm way past that time in life now.
it's funny. Nothing against the personal trainers, but I used to train some of the gyms, like I said, in Good Life and Fitness Connection. You see the personal trainers, and they have their certain hours. And you see with like, and it's funny you said that earlier. You said they never train with you. They're all they got their nice muscle shirts on. They're giving you working their client, they're scheduling, but you never see them sweat or nothing. I always thought that was sort of funny, right? If you're gonna train a guy, go train with him. Just to train him, just do it, get into there, like work out with him, right? Like when I train guys in the gym, I work out with them. Like guys ask me to come work out, like they want to do my routine. So I said, let's go do it. Go do it together. I'm not gonna sit back and just give you orders, just it's just kind of hypocritical, whatever. So I was gonna ask you, how long you had your company now?
I've been doing this for 10 years,
10 years?
but I was working a 9 to 5 and doing this on the side for years. I quit that job 2.5 years ago,
Okay. What was
and
that?
I've been doing it full time ever since. I was just working on the government.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. So 10 years, eh? And when did you start making the videos? Like was it in the last 2 years or what?
Yeah, when I quit the government, there was a guy that I've been wanting to work with forever, and it was like, you know what, now's the time. Let's go. So we
Do
did
you
like a
still have
little intro
do you
company
still
and
have
all that stuff.
do you still have the other videos, the ones you did before the first one you put on the internet? You still have them?
Yeah, yeah. Those things cost me money. I'm not throwing those babies out. I don't do
Oh,
those
okay.
for free. Pay the
No,
guy to
no,
do them. So I'm throwing those
just
babies out.
well, what made you decide to put it on the Facebook back then in January? That's the first time I saw it. Like
Was company in this. So I run ads all the time on Facebook to bring in clients. So it's my
good.
bread and butter.
Good. So when you put when I responded to your first uh Facebook there. How many days was that? Did you put that in the first week there, and that's when I responded? Or was it on there before? That's the first time I seen it. I don't usually go through Facebook too much. That's the first time I seen it.
8, 9 months ago. I don't remember.
Yeah, so cool. So I was gonna ask you, when you see the Olympics with this is my view about the Olympics. I don't know if you agree. We have the Olympics and we have the Special Olympics. My question is, why don't you just put it together as one rather than keeping it separate? What do you feel about that?
Those wouldn't work. Are you crazy?
Well, it would just be a
But
longer Olympics, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be like a longer, like instead of a regular 2 weeks, a 2 week period or whatever, it'd just be, because I have people that I don't, but I have a lot of friends that are their kids are special needs, their adult special needs. They ask me the question, this why can't we march with them or not march parade with them on the regular Olympics like parade? They feel like
but they're gonna do that. Like that's another quadrillion people. Where are they gonna put them all if they're all there at the same time?
I know. I'm just getting feedback from people what they're saying about the Olympics and all, and especially I have one guy. He has guys. I can't remember what he has, but he tried competing in the regular Olympics and he always got in. He always qualified, and then checked out his background and he looked like a regular guy. And then because they checked out his background, they took him. I'm sorry, you got to go Special Olympics. But if he had looked at his background, he would have just been a regular guy just training. That was for I think it was for biking, whatever biking he was in. But it
Yeah,
looked like he had. Sorry.
I was approached about working for the powerlifting team for the Special Olympics.
Oh yeah, when was this
Yeah,
recently?
yeah, it's a crazy story. I'm a big Ottawa Red Blacks fan, CFL.
I won't hold it against you. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh, what are you guys doing? On every game?
We'll go there. We're not gonna go there. Okay, well, I'm done. We started. So go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm gonna die. You can say whatever you want. I don't really care. But my two best, their dad played for the Ottawa Rough Riders,
Okay.
and there was a lady wearing my friend's father's jersey, And I took a picture and sent it to my friend, and he texted me right away. He was like, "Get that jersey. I need it." And I talked to the lady. It was a game jersey and everything. Had grass stains, the whole 9 yards. And
Nice.
she actually gave it to me. I bought her a she gave me the Rough Rider one.
Mhm.
And then she's like, "I looked up online. I see you work with people with special needs. Well, I'm one of the trainers for the Special Olympics. We're looking for a powerlifting coach." And then we just started chatting, and boom.
Wow. And what happened?
It's still up in the air because it's a volunteer position.
Oh, you
And
don't get paid?
I wish I could help. I don't want it to be about the money. I wish I could just do everything for free,
Yeah,
but I only
yeah.
have a day. So one of my other trainers might be doing it. I'm going to see if I can fit it in my schedule. I got to see where I can plug it in.
So like if you get accepted, what's the we got 2 minutes left. Um Actually let's go to the next video. We'll talk about this more. I wanted to ask about this. So we'll just
Okay.
sign off. Yeah, sign off here. We'll go to the next one right away. So I'll just be back in about 5